Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another podcast of the Inca. I am your host, Manuel Boada, and today I have a dear friend joining us on the pod. His name is Levi Rauch.
Hello.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure to have you. So, me and Levi met when I was
3 years ago?
about 3 years
Is that
ago.
long ago? It's crazy.
Goes by pretty quick here. Get in the frame, bro. Oh, we should probably tell them where we are. What's this place called again?
Brandywine Mountain.
We're in Brandywine Mountain. There's our little camp spot for the night. Hopefully the wind doesn't decide to take us. That'll be pretty calm. So I think we're officially the world's first podcast that's being held on the top of a mountain, which is pretty cool, if you ask me. So anyways, we met on a fateful afternoon. I think my earliest memory of you. Oh, okay. So in my school, we had a lot of student-led activities, and one of them was called Abby Survivor.
Oh, Survivor, yeah.
The Survivor Challenge. And so basically, there was this whole bunch of teams, and there'd be eliminations, and the last one would win a prize. And I was one of the contestants. I got pretty deep into it, eh? Yeah, I lost though. But he was the cameraman. And at that point, I thought that he was a very quiet individual because we didn't talk at all, and I didn't see him talk much. And so honestly, I thought, because I also knew you were a nerd, so I thought he was just a nerd.
So I'm just behind the camera all the time.
Yeah, because
not doing anything.
Yeah, and then I think I'm not sure if it was later that day, but I was on my way out, and then Sophia Isaac was out in the front door. You got something on your forehead.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah. Sophia Isaac was out there with us, and then we was talking about how we're both nerds, and then we just bonded. Because your boy's a nerd too. We both build robots and stuff.
Bonded over nerdy things. Oh, because Mr. Jerome you were in his class.
Facts, yeah.
And I had taken that class, so we talked about that.
Yeah.
And then I don't think we talked or hung out much though. But then
no,
I was
not
supposed
at all.
to. Okay, so this is when we became better friends. Was when I was supposed to go on a hike with this guy, and last minute complications out of his control, he couldn't make it, and this was 11 at night, 11 o'clock at night, before we were supposed to leave at 5 a.m. And I text earlier. It was dark out when we left. Oh. I text Manuel, and I'm like, because I knew he talked about him liking hiking, and I could not think of anybody else. So I was like, because this was gonna be a crazy hike. Couldn't think of anyone who was crazy enough to do it except for this guy.
We can show it to him. So we climbed a mountain called Black Tusk, which is a volcano. Is it active?
No.
It's a decommissioned one. So I'll try to point to it there. It's that little black dot right there. And so maybe if I'm up to it, maybe I'll edit a few clips now. Yeah.
But we didn't just hike it. We wanted to camp on top of it, which is pretty awesome. Yeah. Anyway, so I texted him at 11 at night. He's still up. He's like, hell yeah, let's do it. And so we meet at 4 a.m. Head up. That's when we met Phil too. Phil and Heimley. These pretty awesome people at the top of the mountain. Great community, by the way. You should join hiking community. Yeah, and since then, this guy's been my go-to hiking partner because he'll do stuff that's crazy, and there's not many people out there who are willing to do that kind of thing.
Yes, bro. From a different part of the world,
Exactly.
Yeah, can't say anything too outrageous. Honestly, since that trip, I've considered you definitely a role model. This guy was a valedictorian out here. What a guy. So I consider him a bit of an older brother, mentor sort of guy. So yeah, and so we both go to UBC for engineering. And I actually only saw you 3 times this year. I just bumped into him.
I mean, university life's pretty busy. We probably, if we had the time, would have seen each other more. or at least gone on some more hikes. But
Yeah. You wanna tell them what you're up with or what you're up to at UC? Is that what you do?
I'm doing mechanical engineering. Just finished second year. It's going well. It's super busy, but
What's been your experience with UBC?
oh, UBC is awesome. Honestly, like university is the best experience that you can go through as a young person because like it's like high school but more mature and just like more independent, and I think it's like a really great opportunity to grow as a person because not only are you getting educated but you're also meeting other people who are like-minded and also ambitious, but at the same time like you have your own independence, especially if you move out there and live on campus. Like it's kind of the first time that I guess you're away from home, and having other like university students around you when you do that is way better than if you were to just say like leave high school and go move into a place by yourself, and you're just gonna be so much more lonely. So yeah, university is great because of the community and the independence, and that's been my favorite parts of it. I mean, like the school part's interesting, but like there's so much else that comes with it too. So.
Yeah. And what advice would you give to students who are going into not just UBC but university in particular? And before you answer, please excuse me for a moment. I'm gonna get the water because I'm not gonna lie, that beef was a little spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Added some spice. You're Ecuadorian though. You should be able to handle that.
You know what? I should be. I'm actually horrible with spice, and it's embarrassing. At work, I get teased.
What was the question? Advice?
What advice would you
for people going into university?
I
During the first little bit, like the first period of time that you're there.
wait, define period, like a week, or like what?
Okay, yeah, like 3 month. I mean, honestly, until you feel like it. Just like be super extroverted and meet a whole bunch of people. Push yourself outside your comfort zone, even if it's like not something you're used to, because that's like that first period when everybody comes in first year. You probably experience this too. Is like you set up friendships that often last for the next couple of years, and if they don't, like that's okay. But just meet lots of people, because then you hear about things too. Like if you don't talk to people, you don't hear about opportunities that aren't advertised very well. So my experience has been that like a lot of opportunities and fun like not just professional opportunities or educational opportunities, but also just like fun social opportunities come from just like being an extrovert and pushing yourself outside your comfort zone to talk to people.
Yeah, a huge mistake I saw people make was like in the first like week of people that they'd meet, they tried really hard to like cling on to like whatever social group they first were introduced to.
Yeah.
And they like even if like they didn't quite match, like they would just try their hardest.
That is true. You got to be. I say like talk to lots of people, but you also have to be super flexible socially.
Yeah.
Like, don't take it too seriously and get caught up in groups or whatever. Just have fun with it. Honestly, that's the best advice I can give.
Actually, I totally agree. You want to like talk to as much people as possible, and I know for a lot of people, like being an extrovert can be a difficult thing. Like me personally, I'm like heavily introverted, and so sometimes just talking to people, like new people in particular, is so draining. But looking back at it and moving into my second year is gonna be something that I'm gonna be more attentive to and more focused on, because like he said, there's just a lot of opportunities that you miss out on just because you didn't say hello to somebody.
Yeah, exactly. Like, because it takes a lot of time and work to go search out those opportunities, but if you just like go out and like say hi to somebody, which arguably is easier to do than looking up online for all these opportunities, they might say like, hey, you should join this club, or hey, do you want to like come to mine for dinner? And then you meet other people, or like, hey, do you want to you should come out to a bar with my friends and I. And like it's just through people is where you get all the benefit from a lot of these university experiences. So
Yeah. So Levi, you're on what's it called, the UBC F1 team?
oh yeah, there's these things called engineering design teams, which are basically like a student run team, usually 30 to 60. Ours is 80 people, and you get together, you get a bunch of funding from the university, and you just get to build cool stuff. So we're building an electric formula style race car. There's a gas formula style race car team too, and then there's like 30 or 40 other teams that just build everything you can think of, and they can be pretty fun, especially if you find like the right team with the right people. And again, like that, honestly, that was one of those opportunities where I kind of knew I wanted to join a design team, but until I talked to people and like I guess found out about those opportunities through people, then I didn't really know like what was the right team to join and how to join and all of that. So yeah, all comes back to that. But making time for that can be tricky too. Like first year, at least for me, I had more time, but then going into second year, or second year in general, was just super busy. Like I had, it was tough to find time to socialize, but for me at least, because like I take breaks by hanging out with people, I feel like, and um, if I didn't make time for spending time with friends, then I would just get super depressed and like not. I would lose my motivation. That's a better word. Not necessarily depression, but I would lose my motivation, and until I like went out and hung out with people, then it didn't come back.
Yeah, you're a social butterfly. I remember last summer he was in this internship where he'd only get to work with one other fellow, and they didn't
No,
they didn't get along too well. But the problem was that there was no one to talk to for the majority of the day aside from him. And I remember like you were just struggling so
honestly,
much.
like yeah, the people I was working with weren't terrible. Like there were some things, but it was just the lack of several people and only being with one person. It does drain you kind of. But I mean, yeah, not everyone recharges by hanging out with people, but it's good to find what kind of brings your motivation back and recharges you, and make sure you make time for that, even if it doesn't seem like it's a priority. Just like small moments. If you don't like hanging out with people, exercise is a great one, or just like being out in nature, uh, or even just like painting, being creative, something just to take your mind off. And otherwise, you'll burn out if you don't do that. So I had a couple moments during second year where I just like felt pretty overwhelmed and didn't make time for myself, and uh, it wasn't as fun as first year. But I've kind of come out of second year learning the balance between those two, and so I'm hoping that going forward that'll help. So
What was your favorite memory of first year and favorite memory of second year?
oh, I mean, like there's a lot of them. It's kind of hard to choose. Like when you say that, there's like 10 or 15 memories that come to mind. I can't really.
Spitball. It doesn't have to be like your top. It's just
Oh
like
man, just
just
like
something up there.
I'd like go on drives with friends, or like I did a couple hikes. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna clip in that video when I was on the outside of your Jeep.
Oh yeah. I don't like all of them. Honestly, just there's like maybe one or two that involve school, like you know, finishing a group project and like celebrating. Well, actually, I'm realizing now all of them involve people.
You're a social butterfly. I'm telling you.
Like it's interesting you say that, because I feel like I've almost gotten less social over the past
Yeah.
2 or 3 years. Like in high school, I was uber social.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw that. And then like in first year, I was pretty social too. And then I think I kind of got like bogged down with school, and then I stopped hanging out with people as much, and I grew more distant from some friends, which honestly is kind of sad. Like, and it wasn't intentional, and it wasn't like, it just kind of happened very subtly, but it's like
Like
6 to 8 months later, and you realize, oh, I've been hanging out with my friends maybe like 4 or 5 times as less. Like if I used to see them 2 times a week, now I'm only seeing them once a month. And all of a sudden it's like, you're still good friends, but just because you haven't been spending as much time together, you're not as close. And so over second year, like I still kept a lot of my friends, but they kind of drifted away and those friendships weren't as strong as they used to be. So that was kind of like a sad thing. And when you spend so much time by yourself studying, it's like I feel like I've kind of lost a bit of my, what do you call it, like social ability a little bit.
Social battery.
Social bad. Well, yeah, I guess so. Unless,
Interesting.
yeah, which is kind of like, it's interesting that
It's having the
think about.
opposite effect on me.
Is it?
Yeah, because like in high school, I would hate going out. Like all I wanted to do was like study and go to the gym and sleep. But now I'm at the point where it's like I sort of like look forward to when someone asks me to like go out with them or to like go hang out with their friends. Just because like the lack of it for like a long time.
Right.
So I appreciate those moments a lot more now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would say, to revise what I said earlier, because I haven't been hanging out with people as much, I still enjoy hanging out with people just as much as I used to, but I don't have as much endurance. Like in first year, I could hang out with people like all day and never get drained, and then like now, I still like hanging out with people just as much.
I found
that
some
chalk?
chalk. Yeah.
But it's just like more draining. I feel like, not necessarily because of the people, but
So I have a few comments here for the audience. One being, a little bit ago, Levi here, he talked about sort of the feeling of growing distant from your friends, and it's like that quote I read to you a little bit ago. I said, what did it say? Trees don't hang around with grass even though they came from the same place, you know, and I think that just sort of speaks to how we're all on different paths, and we have to appreciate when people are here with us. Just because it might not be in your life forever, they probably won't, you know. Like I find that people or your friends, they're gonna fall under one of three categories, like a tree. You're gonna have your roots, those people who are deeply embedded in your future, who are gonna be with you through thick and thin. And then you have your branches. Those are the people that sway, but nevertheless they're still firm. And then you have your leaves, and your leaves are only there for a season, and ultimately they do make you grow, and that's the key part. And that reminded me of another quote that I read a long time ago.
by the way, I feel like all of those types of friends are valuable in different ways.
Yeah, absolutely. You should appreciate all of them. Oh, that reminded me of another thing. But yeah, this quote. I forgot who said it, but it goes, I just the same way that a rocket ship, once it reaches a certain altitude, it'll let go of what is that? It's thrusters, to lose the weight to in order to make space. And I think your relationship with people are similar in that way, because some people that you may have around right now just aren't equipped to where you're going, and vice versa. And so you have to be able to appreciate the way things are, not just with people, but with places, things, because they're constantly changing, and so we just must appreciate them. It's like that other quote by Homer. I want to go, not from The Simpsons, from the Iliad. It go where, oh, how'd it go? I'm gonna butcher it, but
Give it a shot.
I'm gonna give it a shot.
Just like edit the quote below.
And
If
it'll
it's wrong.
go, oh, I'm not doing that. That's so much effort. It went, you'll never be as lovely as you are now, and life is so precious because we're doomed. Bro, a bug just went in my mouth. What the? I was gonna see it.
I thought the bugs were gone. There were so many bugs earlier, and then they went away. But I guess now they're back. It was also super hot earlier, and then now it's the perfect temperature.
That was horrible. I breathed in because I was gonna sneeze, and a bug went in.
Hey man, well the sunset's about to
I feel violated.
happen, so I think we're planning on getting some sunset photos and drone photos. So, should we end the podcast with the signing the book?
Yeah, I think that's
Let's see. We haven't opened it up yet, but like usually at the top of these peaks, there's a canister, a couple goodies. There's 1, 2.
Hey, yo, there's some notes in here.
Let's see what we got. So
We got Francis C. from September 16, 2023. I want to find the oldest one.
let's see. I got 2 notebooks in here
That's fire.
and a pen.
Man, I'm going to leave something for my notebook. A little something.
Let's see what we got here. Okay, so congrats, you made it. Tell us how you feel.
You know what? The way up, it's about an 80% incline at some point, and because of the snow, it's terrifying. For me personally, going down is not going to be enjoyable.
So let's see what these people say. They say, I can't wait to ski here in the winter, Randy. Okay. This place is badass. I can agree with that.
Bro, they're so NPC.
Hold on, let's find some more interesting ones.
That's like my ick, bro. Like, imagine you just leave a part of yourself for history and you just say something like NPC.
And there's no substance.
That's horrible.
Kate and myself barely made it. I ate too much cake last night. Coconut cream and raspberry brownie. Shoot. That'll do it. Also, Archimedes discovered pi 3.145 by separating a circle into infinite mini straight lines. All right. Other nerds have hiked this peak.
Other nerds have hiked the peak, eh?
Let's see, let's find a good one here. Oh, here's a long one. 14 years ago on this very day, my pops, Josie, Claire, and I headed out for a hike in the Brandywine up early. We drove with anticipation for adventure to come. Up logging road until cars could go no more. We started walking in the alpine over mountain streams, mid wildflowers. His stride. What? This writing is so bad. Rambling free, he coursed through. Aw, in peace. Happy birthday, Pops.
What does it say? There are 4 continents in the world whose names don't contain any letter that
Love or have holes in them.
Holes in them?
Wait, what?
Oh, like I, U, H, J. That makes sense.
Huh.
Fiji. Bro, I is literally right there.
Fiji a continent?
Good job.
What?
It's a countries.
Oh, countries.
Yeah. Did I say continent?
I don't know. Yeah.
Such a beautiful place to be with friends.
We made it. Oh yeah.
Straight up.
Hey, amen to that.
God bless.
Successful. No way.
Hey yo, just married.
Phil Roberge.
No way.
Successful 3D scan attempt.
We
for
met that guy in
PhD
Black
research.
Desk. That's awesome.
I had no clue where we were. No way, I'm kidding. Hold on.
That's gold.
I'm gonna call him right now.
That's actually awesome.
I'm gonna call him.
What are the chances? Actually,
What
fairly
are
good,
the chances?
Fairly good.
What are the chances he responds?
It'd be pretty cool. We should do Baker with him, eh?
We really should.
Yeah. Worth the torture.
Please pick up.
I'm just gonna say I can't say that word on the podcast. Jade was
Great
here.
views and even greater company. Moments like this make me so damn grateful to be alive.
Grateful to be alive. Real talk.
That's real.
Yeah.
Come on, Phil.
You know what? I'm gonna share with the audience that thought I shared with you.
Yeah.
I personally don't believe this, but I think it's a cool thought. It goes like this. Your body is ultimately made of matter, you know, like the same matter that comes from the rest of the earth and the same matter that comes from the stars. You know, we're carbon-based life form. And the theory goes, because we are because we are fundamentally part of the universe, we are.
What is with this?
That's so sick. Someone left that up there.
Yo.
We will not be doing any of those activities, ladies and gentlemen.
But paraphernalia.
We are the universe.
I'm scared to touch this.
You should be, bro. We are the universe awakening because we have consciousness, you know? Like, I'm doing a horrible job explaining this. How did I say this before?
You said that we are made up of, or we are a part of the universe.
We are the universe waking up.
We are the only part of the universe that has consciousness.
Yes,
which
yes,
means
exactly. We are the universe experiencing itself, which I think is a cool thought.
All right, I'm going to take a picture of this for Phil.
So the idea is that we are all, we're all one consciousness. We're different people. We're having different experiences, but the consciousness, the part that's awake, is like we're connected with like all the plants.
I'm getting the drone out.
You do that, bro. I'm gonna just talk to myself here. What an insane world we live in. I'm so glad I get to be a part of it. She came from Ontario.
Ontario?
Yeah.
Dang. It's a long ways.
Bro, he almost dropped the drone off the side of the mountain.
God damn.
The universe is mental. You won. You are rich. The family is important. Chili en la casa. Dude, I love this book. All right, what should we leave with them?
What should we leave with them, hey?
Yeah. Comment down below. What do you think we should write in this book? I'm gonna hit him with what's one of those quotes I read to you earlier that you liked?
I forget now.
Let me investigate.
We should tell them that we made a nice camp spot, because I put so much work into making a flat spot for our tent.
You also probably created like 3 years worth of erosion in an hour.
It's true.
Yeah. It's okay, bro. It's for the
Dang,
plot.
I need to get this up before the...
Okay, and while he's doing that, I'm gonna read some of my thoughts, which are not all of my thoughts. I just didn't write down who said it. You are not the voice inside of your head. You are what hears that voice. Would you still be beautiful if the world was blind? When things are hard or easy, good or bad, it can only last so long. This too shall pass. I hope the sky turns red. That'd be pretty fire.
We're gonna lose light here soon.
We are so excited for the stars. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna clip in the video of the drone and the end of the Milky Way. It's not the mountain ahead that wears you down. It's the grain of sand in your shoe. Every time you let go of what you are, you become what you can be. We should do a live stream. Hey, yo, the drone is up. Hey, yo, fly the drone right in front of the camera. Or not. That's cool. Is it going around?
Okay. Oh, that looks so sick. Okay, I'm gonna sit here.
We got a little drawing here. I'm not sure what we need to put in here, eh?
Look at that.
I think we need to wait until the sun sets a little bit more. Because it's not over the horizon yet, it's just over that peak.
Yeah, but once it drops below the peak, then we won't have any direct sunlight anymore. That is an actual cliff.
Tell me about it.
Look at that.
I think I'm gonna leave him with this. Wanting a positive experience is a negative experience, but accepting a negative experience is a positive
Oh, yeah,
experience.
that was one of my favorite. That's a good quote.
That's a good quote.
That's very true.
I'm gonna show him my Picasso. This is my little drawing of today. Comment down below if it looks like the real thing. I'm gonna show him the little sunset. Dude, I was supposed to shoot another podcast. It was with a guy in California at like 8. But we went on this like last minute and I forgot to tell him and I feel bad.
I'm taking this place.
Yeah. I mean, tell you what, guy. If you're listening, I didn't forget. We'll still do it. I'm just lately I've just had poor organizational skills, but I am working on it. My book is upside down. Dude, I'm gonna show this one, eh? I would have had to edit that out. I think that'll do, bro. The eyes are useless when the heart is blind. All right, what was it? It was... You should get him to, like, come, like, really close to us and then like, zoom out, you know?
Yeah. I'm going to take a picture.
How did it go? It was wanting... Yeah, it was...
Oh, look at that sunset.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to come in close. You ready for this?
Yeah. You want me to sign your name for you?
Nah, I'm good. Oh, yeah, actually, yeah.
Okay.
I'll sign it. I'll sign it.
Okay.
Okay, ready? Keep waving. And
Oh, that's gonna be a mean clip. We got some sick shots along the way here.
I might redo that one.
Get a front view.
Cause look at that.
Get a front view and then go like a circle behind us and then zoom out.
Okay.
With the sun in the back. What time are we at here? Oh, we're over 34. Well, that'll have to wrap up our podcast here.
It's been a pleasure.
Can you spare a hand real quick or
In 30 seconds.
in 30 seconds?
Actually, I'm gonna do another shot.
No worries.
Virtual hand. Okay.
Wave to the drone, guys. I don't see it. There it is. Bye-bye. That's a mean flick. Can't believe we're alive. Just gotta soak that in sometimes, guys. We're here one time. Stop overthinking. You gotta focus on what's important. Gotta stop and look at the trees sometimes. Enjoy people around you. Hey yo, shake me up. Peace out.